Hey everyone. You know, I watched Map's video where he talked about Nostalgia Critic and Nostalgia Critic's recent old versus new video he did on Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go. And I have to say that Map did bring up a good point. You know, it's cause, this is something that we all deal with, and I'm sure Map's not no different. We have people criticize certain things, and the one reason and the one excuse a lot of us come up with when trying to counteract that criticism is, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Or if you don't like it, why are you watching it? And everything Matt pointed out is kind of on point. It's like, if, basically that's not a good excuse. It just fuels the fire, I think, for those that keep criticizing a lot of us, that do videos. There's not a day sometimes it goes by that and none of my videos are not criticized. Thankfully, whether you like YouTube or you don't, they give you a feature to hide or just hide somebody's channel, hide their comments, because you don't know what they're going to say. And even though there are comments that get through that are disrespectful, you have the option to delete them. But when one looks at the argument of, if you don't like it, don't watch it, or if you don't like it, why are you watching it? Or if you don't like it, why are you watching it and criticizing it? I think sometimes people just go with the cool trends. That's about it. It's funny that the reason the MLP community, the Brony analysis, the Pegasus analysis community, from Silver Quill to Map himself to Josh Scorcher, Firebrand, Lightning Bliss, Keyframe, Golden Fox, you name it, Dr. Wolf, Thespio, Midnight, if you will, Midnight Sonata, finally got the name right. The reason sometimes they might get attacked is the same reason a lot of us that are not on the level they are, with all due respect when I say that, not on the level they are, it's the same reason. It's because we're fans of a show intended for little girls, originally intended for little girls. But that's not what Lauren Faust wanted. When Lauren Faust created the show, she wanted it to be she created it with the intention that it was going to appeal to all ages, to the entire family. And it's done that, if not gone beyond that. When one looks at Gravity Falls, one could take that clip that's seen on YouTube basically stating it's for little kids, look at the highlights from that clip of what's in the show, and it's like, really? The creator intended this for little kids, or did he intend this for an older audience, if not the entire family? So, when one looks at the argument and looks at the reasoning of people saying, people criticizing, certain people's likes and dislikes, and then us coming and countering that and saying, well, if you don't like it, don't watch it. It's adding fuel to the fire, because all these people are that criticize, people like us, the Brony and Pegasus analysis community, those that I mentioned, along with Map, those that I mentioned, from Lightning Bliss to Josh Scorcher, Firebrand, Midnight Sonata, Thespio, Silver Quill, Dr. Wolf, Golden Fox Keyframe, you name it. The reason they criticize us at most times is because it's the cool, trendy thing to do. Especially, and this is my own opinion and belief, folks, especially if you're a young kid in middle to high school. It's the cool thing to do. Oh, let's go on YouTube or go on Dailymotion or whatever and troll the heck out of these people. Criticize something that we don't even watch, but let's just do it for fun. And that's what they do. That's what they do, folks. And like I said, everything Matt pointed out is on base. Matt has some good points. But when I look at it, it's not just what he says, but it's from what I've seen. Heck, I even mentioned this several times on camera. Heck, I even wrote in a letter to Matt Burnett, Animat, of Electric Dragon, Animat, of Animat's Classic Reviews and Animation Look Back. When I wrote in a letter to him for What's in the Box, it was after he got criticized for something by somebody for no reason. And I think one of the excuses, or one of the counter arguments someone has is, if you don't like what Animat's doing, don't watch it. And I think he got criticized because he's a grown adult who's dedicated his channel to animation, reviewing animated movies, maybe series, whatever. And to a young generation in middle school, if not freshmen, sophomores in high school, it's uncool to do this. It's not right to do this. This is uncool. It's unhip to do this kind of stuff. And I think we got to look at it as the fact that it's all part of, for that group, for that generation, for this current generation, with all due respect, it's a part of growing up. I mean, you can't sit there and watch this and tell me that we as adults ourselves, when we grew up in our teenage years, we didn't look at stuff that our families were watching and find, or were fans of and enjoy, and find it uncool and hip, because we did. We got rebellious towards it too. And that's exactly what you get when you have people criticizing something that they may not have a clue about, or have any clue about. They may not have a clue about Teen Titans Go, or Teen Titans period. They may not have a clue about My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, or Equestria Girls. They may not have a clue about Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic SatAM, Sonic Boom, Sonic X. They may not have a clue about, the MCU. But they criticize it because it's the rebellious thing to do. It makes them look cool in front of their peers, or at least they think that. That is why when Mapp says it's a stupid excuse, a lame excuse, a lame counter argument to say, if you don't like it, don't watch it, or if you don't like it, why are you watching it, or why are you criticizing it? It's basically adding fuel to the fire of these young, rebellious, I will say it, and God forgive me for saying this with all due respect, trolls. It basically fuels the fire for these trolls, if you will, rebellious young trolls, to keep going. I mean, there's not a day that I wouldn't go on my phone and see that I have a lot of comments, and when I check those comments, they're not there, because they're basically disrespectful comments by young people, maybe, or trolls that just don't understand. They just don't get it. And for someone to come out, and I do respect and appreciate the support, to come out and say, well, if you don't like what he's talking about, don't watch it, you're only adding fuel to the fire. That's all you're doing. That is why, like I mentioned, when I sent that letter to Animat during one of his What's in the Box videos, I mentioned that one of the things that I truly believe, in my opinion, that would get this rebellious basically these trolls, these rebellious young trolls, that in my opinion, are the ones doing it. These middle schoolers and sophomore, freshman, high schoolers off our back. The only thing that would satisfy them or sedate them, if you will, is if YouTube said, okay, we got a solution. We got a solution. I mean, well, I'm not trying to make fun of YouTube or anything, but what I'm saying is that to them, the only thing that would sedate them and prevent, in my opinion, what I'm trying to say is, when I sent that letter to Animat, I basically stated that all these trolls are just young kids. Like I said, middle schoolers, high schoolers, and freshmen, sophomores, and high schoolers that think it's the cool thing to do, the rebellious cool thing to do, to criticize something that they don't even probably have any clue about. Or they probably don't watch. It's just, it's the cool thing to do. And sometimes they criticize it, and then they say things in the comments sometimes that are disrespectful, if not like, okay, why are you saying that? That's kind of disgusting or crossing the line. It's all because, in my opinion, and I told Animat this in the letter, that they would be happy that the only thing that would probably satisfy them is if YouTube decided, okay, we know how to, make you trolls happy, to make all you trolls and cyberbullies stop doing what you're doing. Here, have some XXX lesbian material. Boom! Right in front of your face. That's about it. If YouTube was to do that, if YouTube was to say, okay, we're going to go uncensored now, here's XXX lesbian material and all that, in my opinion, that would probably stifle some of these rebellious trolls, because they'd be like, and I say this with all due respect, they'd probably be like, oh yes, oh boy. That's all it is. That's all it is, honestly. In my opinion, I could be wrong. I could be very wrong, but in my opinion, I could see that. I mean, when you look at some of the comments that they give the videos that they criticize, it's like, why are they saying this? Why are they saying these certain things? Why are they bringing up certain female regions, if you know what I mean? Or why are they saying this? Or why are they bringing up female or male regions? Why are they saying that? Why are they saying this? Why are they saying these disgusting, disrespectful things in the comment sections when they criticize videos? Because it's the cool, like I said, it's the cool, rebellious thing to do. And when you tell people, if you don't like it, don't watch it, or if you don't like it, why are you criticizing it, or whatever, it's just adding fuel to the fire to keep doing it. And all they really want, in my opinion, all they want probably to satisfy them is if one of the channels just said, here, have this, of what I just mentioned, here, have this XXX material, and they'd be happy. Now, it could not be that either. For all we know, it could be something else. Now, hold on for a sec, let me check something here. Okay, just checking my time, but like I said, it could be something else. For all we know, because they're into video games and some of the latest games, mobile, PC, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, it could be the fact of, why don't you just dedicate your channel to a video game channel? Talk about how cool Fortnite is, or talk about how cool the next Resident Evil game is, or talk about how cool the next COD game is. And perhaps that's it. Perhaps they'd rather hear stuff like that to satisfy them. But you know what? Here's the thing. Not all channels are like that. My channel is one of those channels out there that as many videos as I've uploaded in my 10 years on this here on YouTube is not at the level of any of the analysis of any of the analysis community of MLPs is, or at the level of a Nostalgia Critic, a Cinemassacre, AVGN, Zaranizarak, Animat, whatever. It's not at their level. It's not at the level of Linkara or an Angry Joe. It's not at that level. But still, my channel is one of those channels that talks about and does a variety of videos that we feel is suitable for this channel and are. We talk about a variety of subjects, a variety of topics. I'm one of those people that dedicate the channel channel to talking about a variety of topics and doing some live streams and all that, because I'm a fan of a lot of things. I give a lot of things a chance. I give my opinion on stuff. But even my channel, even channels like mine get that kind of criticism of people coming in and criticizing us for no reason, and I get those defenses from people with all appreciation of saying, hey, if you don't like what he's saying or talking about, don't watch it. And all we're doing, and like I said, I appreciate the defense, all we're doing is adding fuel to that fire. That is why, if whether or not you're a fan of YouTube or appreciate or don't appreciate YouTube's growth or whatever, that's why they give us the option to hide somebody's channel or remove their comment. So that way, even if they go on our video and comment, we don't see what they're saying, because we don't need to hear any disrespectfulness out of it. We don't. And that's the truth. That is the flat out truth, in my opinion. And again, like I said, my opinion, I think a lot of these people that criticize our videos are the rebellious youth. The rebellious youth of middle schoolers and freshman, sophomore, high schoolers that look at it as being the hip, cool thing to do, and are probably going through some growth situations, because they're still growing. They're going through some personal situations right now to where maybe they feel that if they do this, they'll get what they want, not just out of us, but out of YouTube. And that's the truth, in my opinion. My opinion, again, I could be wrong. But, again, like I said at the beginning, MisAnthroPony has a lot of good points, and he's on point with a lot of them. Everything he talks about in that video where he criticizes Nostalgia Critic on his Teen Titans old versus new video, he is on point with. He is on point. Heck, even Lightning Bliss said in a collab she did with Rockville Pony that she gets attacked by people that feel she's not doing things the way they want, but she's doing things the way she feels fans would appreciate. So, like I said, even someone like her gets attacked. But she's only getting attacked, I believe, in my opinion, because it's the cool, rebellious thing to do by people that may or may not watch her channel or enjoy her content. They just feel, hey, let's criticize this Lightning Bliss here because this is the cool, rebellious thing to do. That's about it. So, but again, these are just my opinions in my reply to Anthropony's video. Check his video out. I think you'll find what he has to say very informative. And that's all I'm going to say, guys. Let me know what you all think down below. Comment if you like. And I will talk to you all later.